Okay, welcome to some gentle restorative yoga. So, we're going to use some blocks today, or if you have a book or a pillow to sit on. I'm going to show you a few options for each exercise. So go ahead and sit up on your block. I'll show you why. You want your knees to be lower than your hips so that you can feel an openness here in your hips and it's not going to be super uncomfortable. Now, if this position is not right for you, like you don't feel comfortable here, you can have your legs out straight or just relaxed. You can do like a diamond shape or even wider. You can also, which is not comfortable for me because I have a knee injury, but you can also be on your legs like this, and if you want to put your block underneath your butt like so, you can do that. So choose your comfortable position. Be here for a few minutes. And then you want to make sure you're sitting right on top. So if you have to move your butt a little bit, just really make sure you're in a good position here. And then just gonna breathe. If you want to close your eyes, just breathe normal in and out of your nose. And if you want to deepen your inhale, really fill up your lungs, fill up your whole body with air. And then when you exhale, really let out all the air, like a balloon deflating. And if you want to hold on to your stomach or your chest to feel where the breath is going, you can do that. Or you can just have your arms, hands resting gently on your legs, palms down or up. And then while you're breathing, just start to focus inward. Maybe do a little body scan, find where the tension is today. And you can set an intention, just like a mantra you might have, or you can just concentrate on your breath. But trying to focus your mind on one thing for the duration of these exercises. You can focus inward on yourself or a message you are thinking, just to focus your mind. You can stay here for as long as you'd like with your breathing. I'm going to do one breathing exercise that you can do anytime. You're going to breathe in for 4 counts, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. You hold at the top for 4 counts. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you'll exhale for 4 counts. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you repeat. And you can do your own counting here. So when I first started doing this in yoga, it was really hard for me to control my breath. So if it doesn't work for the first few times, just kind of like shake it out, resume your normal breathing, and then try again. So controlling the breath is going to help to calm your nervous system, distress. When you're holding your breath, try not to like tense up, like, oh my God, I'm holding my breath. Just hold it gently, and then when you let it go, really control the exhale. Try it a few more times. And then resume your normal breathing. Now in yoga, you might hear of an ujjayi breath, and that's when you exhale, you're gonna kind of press the air in the back of the throat, and it makes a little bit of an ocean sound. And that's just gonna relax your nervous system and de-stress you a little bit more, if you wanna try that. kind of like when you're out and about, someone's breathing really heavy and you're like, why is that person breathing really heavy? So you want that kind of sound, that ocean sound, when you exhale. So it's up to you if you want to try that, or maybe add on as you do this sequence a few times a week. So you can start to flutter your eyes open. We're going to add some movement to our breath. So on the next exhale, you're going to take your head to one side. So here you just want to get a nice stretch in the side of the neck, pull the shoulder blades down the back. And then your next exhale, bring it back to the center. Inhale, and then exhale, other side. So trying to move on the exhale. On your next exhale, bring it back to the center. And then on your next exhale, chin into the chest. And then back to the center. Okay, we're going to take the shoulders forward, up, and back. Big circles. All the things we just did, you can do even sitting in a chair. So if you're in the middle of your workday and you need a little break, you can do some of these right in your chair. Still breathing, and then reverse your circle. Back, up, and forward. Imagine the circles. Envision them. You're drawing the circles with your shoulders. And then back to the center. Pulling up through the spine. Start to engage your belly if you haven't already. To pull up, to elongate through the spine. Shoulders over the hips. And then head is stacked right on top. We're going to start to move the arms, and I don't want any spaghetti arms, so you want to have energy in the arms. Reach them up. Inhale. And now if the arms come into a prayer at the top, that's great, but if your shoulders come up, then just keep your arms separated. Okay, they don't have to touch at the top. I'm getting cut off a little bit, but you can imagine them touching at the top. And then exhale, press your arms down. So you really want to feel pressing the air, so adding some resistance. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, press. Still breathing in and out of our nose. Still elongating through the spine. Inhale. And exhale. Now we're moving with each breath. Inhale. And exhale. Good. You can do this as many times as you like. Try to use the side of your body, your lats here, shoulder blades pressing down. Okay, we're going to add a little cactus shape. So you're going to cactus your arms, keeping the elbow in line with your shoulder or your chest here, a goalpost. And then breathing here, open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, and breathe. Okay, now we're going to add the arm movement from here. So you're just going to go up, and then straight down. So it's kind of like a lat pull down. And you can keep the hands facing forward, palms facing forward, or you can rotate your palms together and then open. See which one you like. It's going to activate different muscles in the shoulder. And you want to think of your shoulder blades here, pressing the shoulder blades down and together as you come down, keeping them pressing down as your arms go up. So you don't want to do this, shoulders up, shoulders down. Keep the shoulders pressing down the whole time by using your back and your shoulder blades and your lats, which are right here on the side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. You can do this as many times as you like, and then you can even add weights. I would start with light weights, 2-3 pounds. Good. Breathing here, pressing those shoulder blades down the back, and then you're going to reach the arms to the side, flex the hands. Breathing here, arms are straight. It's like that scene in Star Wars where they're in the garbage compactor. I love that scene. So, feeling the stretch here in your wrists, you're going to flex your hands, and then you're going to point your fingers down, and then point your fingers up. The arms are staying straight, belly's pulling in. This is a nice little wrist stretch, arm stretch, and you're also using your shoulder muscles. You're still breathing, still focusing inward on yourself or your mantra. And now we're going to add some circles. So here you can just flay the fingers open if you want. You can fist the hands if you want. You can exercise these fingers a little bit more. And then reverse your circle. Shoulders pressing down. Inhale and exhale. At any point, if you have to breathe out of your mouth, you can. The yoga police are not going to come. It's okay. It's just that the nose breathing is more relaxing for our system and helps to de-stress ourselves. Okay, we're going to bring the arms down finally and shake it out. If you want to do a little penguin, flap, 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 or just shake it out. Okay. Reaching one arm to the side, and then this other arm is going to come out. You can walk it out like a little crab, and then notice my hips. If it starts to come up, you need to press it down. This arm can bend here, and you can have just your little fingers on the mat so that you're not putting any pressure into the wrist. Breathing here, and you don't even have to go over this far. You could be right here, and then go a little further each time. And use your obliques to come back to the center. Or crab walk it, back to the center, other side. You can also use your book or block if you have another one. Breathing here. And then use the obliques to come back to the center. Good, one more each side. Pressing the hips into the mat. If it comes up, just notice it and then press it down. Breathing here, you can rotate your head any way you like. Come back to the center, other side. Again, if you can use that block or book if you like. Pull the belly in, still keeping the chest open, so make sure you're not rounding, keeping that chest open, and then back to the center. We're just going to fold forward, rounding the spine. You can hang on to your legs, or again, if you have another block or book, you can put it in front of you. And then just round, tuck the chin into the chest. You can also hold on to the floor if it's available. And then walk the hands back towards the legs. We're going to do a little spinal stretch here. So it's like cat and cow, but seated. So you're going to grab onto the front of your legs, round the spine, bring the belly in. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. You want to round, tuck the belly in, use this resistance against the front of the legs. Try not to touch the kneecaps. Try to touch the front of the legs, the shins. And then inhale, reach it forward, press those shoulder blades together, elbows back. Again, round. I'm going to take this top shirt off so you can see better. So you're going to round, exhale, and then inhale, reach. And if you want to stay for 2 breaths, you can. Tuck your elbows in and back. Again, round. And reach. And this doesn't have to be an arch. You can literally just reach forward. Do it a couple more times. Oop. Stretching your back. And then come back to your straight spine, pulling up again. We're going to do one more thing here. arms up, inhale. Again, if they don't want to prayer at the top, that's okay. You could keep them separated. Like for me, my shoulders start to come up a little, so I usually just keep my arms separated and a little bit in front of me so that I'm not opening my chest, keeping everything stacked still. And you're going to start to do a little twist. So reaching the arms just like we did when we were straight. This time we're adding a twist. And then here, depending on how far you're twisting, you can reach the arms or you can grab onto the thigh. Make sure you don't touch the kneecap. And then you can use this hand to increase your twist, pulling up through the spine. So if you start to round, start to pull the belly in, rounding is not what we want here. We want to grow up towards the sky or ceiling. And then ideally you want to look over your chest. So if you want to look over your shoulder, you can, but ideally you want to keep your head still on top. If you have the hand here, keep it there. We're going to add this one. So now we're in a little cross-armed pretzel. And then you just round the spine, stretch the upper back even more. Deep breaths here as you stretch your back and your shoulders. And then unwrap your arms back to the center. And of course we have to do the other side. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, growing taller in our twist. And if you want to add the arm against the thigh, using that to increase the twist, and then also growing taller in the spine. And then the head should be over the chest. I always look back hoping I can twist more. This is where I'm at, and it's okay. Twisting is going to help your digestion. And then bring the arm, reach it so that it comes over as far as it can. And then around the spine, tuck the chin to the chest. Breathing here. Again, you can stay in any of these positions for a little bit longer or a little shorter. Round it back up, back to your straight spine. Restacking the spine. We're going to do one more thing before we move on. We're just going to practice some arms that we're going to do in plank. So pretend like you're in plank. Arms are going to be right, hands under the shoulders. And you're going to rotate your shoulders up to the ears. So you're going to rotate up and then rotate down. So you want this inner rotation and you're externally rotating. So this is what we don't want when we're in plank. We want to rotate down and you want to feel the lats. The muscle we worked when we were here. So just rotate a few times here before we start putting pressure into the hands and into the body. And you don't want the wrist to take all the pressure. So when we do plank, you're going to pull up through the belly and you're going to have some muscles activated in the whole body. The legs, the butt, everywhere. Shake it out. And then let's move on off our block. Keep it nearby. Let's move to all fours. Take off your socks if you have socks on so that you can really have the mat sticky underneath you so that you don't slip. Okay. So we're going to have, our hands are going to be spread wide. So even pressure here underneath the fingernail, the finger points, so that everything's not just on the wrist. And here, your knees into the hips, hands under the shoulders, you're going to do your cat-cow like we did seated. So reaching through and then exhale. Inhale, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, pull the belly in. Do this as many times as you like with your breath. Stretching the spine. Strengthening the arms and the shoulders. we're gonna sink down into our shoulders. It shouldn't feel good. And then press away. So upper back. Lower back is staying there. So when you're in plank, you're gonna press the floor away, shoulders separated. So you don't wanna do this. Okay, and you don't wanna do that. Press the belly in, shoulders away. And then you're gonna do your rotation. So rotate those arms. Do a couple rotations, see how it feels. So shoulders up is what we don't want. Shoulders back and down. Externally rotate. Okay, let's try it out. So we're gonna take one leg back. You can do a little stretch here before we take off. Pressing through. And then we're gonna add the other leg. And we're in plank. So, you don't want this. Ooh! Press the belly in towards the spine, shoulders separated away from the ears. Activate those legs, so kicking through the heel. Breathing here. You can hold this for as long as you want, or you can bring the knees down, still pulling the belly in. Okay, separate the knees wide, toes together. And you're going to sit back for your child's pose. You can have the arms extended out. Head on the mat. I'm going to show you some options. You can have the head on your block or your pillow. You can also put your elbows down and your hands behind your head. Resting your hands and your wrists. Staying low, you're going to walk your hands to one side, press the hips the opposite way. Staying low, walk your hands to the center and then the other side. Back to the center. Okay, one more exercise before we go back to our restorative exercises. Back to your all four position. Externally rotate those shoulders, pull the belly in, tuck the toes, bring the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Now, important here to press through the fingertips so that you're not leaning into the wrist. And here you're just gonna pedal your feet, stretching your feet. Really press through the ball, the foot, and the heel. Breathing here. Do this for as long as you like, especially if it feels good. Stretching your calves. You can hold for one side if you like, and the other. And then come to stillness. It's okay if your legs are bent like this. Try to get those arms straight, and then again, externally rotate those shoulders. And then you're going to pull the belly in to move to plank. Pull the belly in. Good, and then bring it back to downward facing dog. Pull the belly in. Breathing here. One more time to plank. Pull the belly in. Then bring the knees down. Bring the toes together. One more child's pose. Hips back. And breathe. Walk your hands towards your knees. And then bring it back up. Swing your legs out to the side. And then sit on your butt. If you want to do a little wrist stretch here, take your hands down and then back. And then other side. And then do your rotations. And then reverse. You can do like flamenco fingers. emphasizing one finger and then the other finger. Keep going through. And then shake it up. Good. I'm going to do a little stretch here. Take your butt up so you're sitting right on top. So we do that so that you're not sitting back like this. Sit right on top. And if you have a scarf or a towel or even an actual yoga strap, we're going to use that. So we're going to take it around the balls of the feet or the arches. Extend through the legs so the legs are activated, muscles turned on. Pull the belly in. Shoulders down. We're using this strap so that we can just hinge here, and we're not going to have to round or worry about reaching for anything. This way you can reach further on your strap, like so, or back here, kicking through the heels, bringing that belly in towards the spine. Adjust when needed. Keep the elbows in so that you're using your triceps. And then you can round from here, still using your strap, or if you can, reach for your feet. You can give yourself a little foot massage. Or if you're reaching for the legs, use your arm muscles to pull your body towards the legs, and then take the chin in, just round it, breathe. Again, you can stay in any of these poses for as long as you like. You can point the feet and flex. Rounding up to your straight spine. Pull the belly in, shoulders over the hips. Breathing here. Okay. I know I said we're not going to do any more power moves, but we're going to do one just to get down onto the mat. Bring your blocks with you so that they're close by. If you want, you can put one block in between your legs. You'll see why. We're going to round down. So if you want to start with your legs bent, put the block between your thighs, squeeze it, and you're just going to round down. You could even have the hands on the thighs to start. You're going to go through each vertebrae. So lower back hits the mat first, the middle. If you've done this before, you can reach the arms and then use your ab strength to bring it down, squeezing that block so the legs stay right there. And then once you're down, remove my coffee cup. Reach the arms, inhale, really reach everything. And then exhale, let it go. Again, reach, inhale, sigh it out on the exhale, really let it out. Help release some of that tension you might be feeling. Okay, I have to readjust a little here. We're going to do a restorative bridge. So you can use a book or a block. You can use a thick one or a thin one. You can try a couple different ones, see what you like. I'm going to use this one. You can also use it on this level. I'll show you both ways. So you're going to bring this underneath your lower back, your hips. And then you can leave your arms open, palms up to the ceiling, or you can rest them on your stomach or your hip flexors. Just going to stretch your hip flexors in a passive, restorative way. And then just try to find some release here, some relaxation, breathe. And then I'll show you on the upper level. So it's hard. I can't lift my hips that high. Maybe you can. So I'll use this one. You can put it up on the highest level and then see your hips come up higher. So you can try a couple different books or blocks on different levels and see what you like. That's the beauty of practicing on your own at home. You can stop and readjust and try some different things. Close your eyes here and just breathe in and out of your nose. Coming back to your yogi breath. Maybe try your ujjayi breathing, which is your ocean breath. The breathing comes in handy for any time that you're stressed or anxious. Again, stay here for as long as you like, or we're going to start coming out of it slowly. Bring the hips up, take your block away, and bring your hips down. You're more than welcome to do some bridges without the block. So you would bring your hips up, pressing the arms into the mat. And they don't have to go up like super high like that, especially if you're feeling some tinge here in the lower back. You can also place your hands on the lower back for some assistance. Or you can just press those arms into the mat. And then bring it down. That's optional, of course. Okay, we're going to do one to open the chest. Again, you could try your different levels of blocks. You're going to put the block, round up for a second, or just turn to the side like this. I'm going to round up so you can see. You're going to place that block lengthwise. So I'm going this way, right in the center of your back. And then you want it kind of in the center, just below the shoulder blades. And you can reposition it, see what feels good. And you can keep the legs bent, or you can straighten. And then you want to cactus your arms. So you want to open through the chest and through the armpits. And again, just breathing here. Letting gravity open your chest. Letting that block massage your back a little bit. If you want to add some movement here, massaging between the shoulder blades, feel free. You could windshield wiper your legs too. Or just stay here in the stillness. And then rolling onto one side again into your fetal position. Take your block away. If you want, you can bring it behind your head for a little cushion support. And then you're going to bring the knees into the chest and just rock it side to side, massaging the spine against the mat. You can circle your legs. And then make sure you're reversing if you're circling. We're just going to do happy baby pose. I'm going to show you a couple different ways. You can use your strap against your feet. So imagine a baby in a carriage, right? We do this a lot. And then you just want to rock it side to side. And ideally you want your knees to come towards your armpits. If you're opening through the hip. You can also use your yogi toe lock, which is your 2 fingers around your toe and then your thumb. And then you're pulling using the arm muscles a little bit. And then you're going side to side. Those legs are wide, opening through the hips. You can also grab for your legs or behind the legs or for the feet. Lots of options. Breathing here. And then bring the feet back to the mat, knees together. One more, and then we'll go into Shavasana. So you're just going to float the knees open, feet together in a diamond shape. You can keep your head here, or you can use your block underneath your leg for support. To stack 2, which is okay. So you just some support there. If you'd like, or no blocks. And then cactus your arms if you can. Open through the chest. Everything's opening here. And just relax. Close your eyes. Going back to your breathing. Focusing inward or on your mantra. From here, we're going to go right into your final Shavasana, so you can keep your eyes closed. If you're a little chilly now, cooling down, you can add some socks back on or your sweatshirt. Start to reach the legs long, and then just relax them on the mat, and then arms come by the side, Move anything out of the way that might touch your hands or your arms, and then just open the palms towards the ceiling or the sky. And breathe here. Again, if you want to add a little cushion behind your head, or even something under the knees, a little blanket or pillow, just make sure you're comfortable here and that you can fully relax into the mat. Sometimes for us people with long hair, it helps to take the hair tie out so that you can really feel the skull against the mat. And then just release into the mat. You can do a little relaxation body scan, so relaxing from the tip of the head, the forehead, and then going through the whole body till you get to the toes, relaxing each part, letting your mat or the ground support you. So nothing to do here but breathe and relax. Stay here for as long as you'd like. When you're ready to come out of Shavasana, just deepen the breath. Just like we did in the beginning of class. Deep inhale, filling up your whole body with air. And then really big exhale, emptying everything out. Your fingers while you deepen the breath. Maybe nod your head side to side. Bring one foot to the mat and then the other. Take your time rolling into your fetal position on one side, laying on your side for a couple breaths, keeping your eyes closed if you can. And then you're going to press the floor with your arms to come up. Take your time. Coming up fast is not ideal. Don't want to get a head rush. Then bringing it back to your seated position, either legs crossed or diamond shape or straight out. Try to keep your eyes closed. Restacking the spine, head on top of shoulders, on top of hips. Bringing your breath back to your calming inhale and exhale through the nose. Reach the arms up. Inhale. This time we're going to press the palms together and then press the palms into the chest, pressing the palms together. Namaste.